Well, good morning. Today we're going to start our long journey into project-based learning. And, we've had some people on campus talking about it. We've had some people that are interested in it. We've gone to some staff development. But after a lot of research and surveys and speaking with the staff, this is something that we as a school want to get into, think it's what's best for the learning of our students. And so we're not just going to take a piecemeal approach to this. This is going to be, a couple of years, actually, several years of really getting into project-based learning. And today we're just going to start off with the basics. What do we need to know? What do we need to do? What's the process behind it? What's the foundation behind it? We're going to cover all of those things this morning. Okay, so I don't want you to get nervous. I don't want you to think, well, I've never done project-based learning. That's okay. And you're not going to know how to do project-based learning after today. But you're going to have an idea of what project-based learning is and what's important about it and what kind of lays the foundation for project-based learning. Okay, so no worries. We're going to take it slow. We're going to be methodical about our approach. We're going to continue to come back to project-based learning staff developments and trainings. This is not going to be something that we give you a couple hours and then say, hey, go do project-based learning. That's not it. We've bought in. This campus is ready, so we're going to start. So what do we know about the basics, or what do we need to learn about project-based learning? Well, the most important thing is to start with the why. What is your personal why? Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you go to work? Professional why. Speaking of work, why are we here? What's the purpose? Why do we do what we do? And then you think about the students' why. Why do they come to school? Now we can get into a lot of interesting answers to all of those questions, really. But I'm going to give you a little bit of time to kind of share out with your table and try to connect some of these questions with your personal why, your professional why, and the children's why. Connect some of those, if you can, also to the classroom. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to kind of share out amongst yourselves. I heard lots of good conversation going on, during that time. Lots of people talking about, their personal why, talking about family, taking care of their children, being a part of a two-person working household. And then we heard of professional whys, that we want big things from our students. We want students to learn. We want students to be engaged. We want students to go on and become productive citizens. Lots of good conversation going on with that. So the important thing, so this is really the driving question. What are our hopes and dreams for our learners? What do we want for our students? So I'm going to give you a few more minutes to kind of share out with your table and discuss those. Again, I'm going to bring you back in now. Lots of interesting things about what are our hopes and dreams for our learners, and they're our learners. And so I heard a lot of ownership and possession. I heard a lot of people saying, I just need him to graduate. But I also heard some people, I want him to go on and do great things. This person wants to be a doctor. This person wants to be an engineer. This person's into computer coding. This person wants to be with Doctors Without Borders. This student here wants to go off and join the military. We have so many hopes and dreams for our learners that come into our classrooms every day. We need to build on that. That is our why. We want our children, our learners, to go out and be great citizens in our community. That's why we do this. We want to make them better than what they came into us, and we want to send them out into the world ready to tackle any obstacle that gets in their way with intelligence, innovation, creativity, citizenship, kindness. So one of the best things I found about finding your why is a TED Talk by Simon Sinek. And he really kind of digs into the importance of why start with why. So we're going to watch this quick video, and then we'll discuss from there.
I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't.
Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do 100%. Some know how they do it. Whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose, what's your cause, what's your belief. Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message to them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done, that's how most sales is done, and that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do, we say how we're different or how we're better, and we expect some sort of behavior or purchase, something like that.
Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients.
Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage.
It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed,
simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You ready to buy a computer? All I did was reverse the order of the information.
What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person
in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products.
In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat-screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat-screen TVs. They've been making flat-screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one.
And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. They make great quality products.
And they can make perfectly well-designed products. And nobody bought one.
Now we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an
MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. When we communicate from the outside in, yes, people can understand vast amounts of complicated information like features and benefits and facts and figures. It just doesn't drive behavior. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that
controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it
with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. Sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and your figures, and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right.
Why would we use that verb? It doesn't feel right. Because the part of the brain that controls decision-making doesn't control language. And the best we can muster up is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you say you're leading with your heart, you're leading with your soul. Well, I hate to break it to you, those aren't other body parts controlling your behavior. It's all
happening here in your limbic brain, the part of the brain that controls decision-making and not language. But if you don't know
why you do what you do,
and people
respond
to why you do what you do, how would you ever get people to vote for you or buy something from you, or more importantly, be loyal?
Yeah, one of my favorite videos there from Simon Sinek about why, starting with the why. And